Hey guys, just a quick tutorial of how to enable UDP forwarding with the Sigma software. So we're just going to do this straight off the bat. We're going to use Dirt Rally 2.0 as an example here. And we have SimHub open as well. So what we want to do is use both motion and gauges for Dirt Rally 2.0. And as you may or may not be aware, the way that Dirt Rally sends its telemetry is through a UDP stream, which is not really important what that acronym means, but it's a stream, meaning it can only go to one device from the game. And so what you have to do is you have to forward that UDP stream from the first application that gets that stream from Dirt Rally 2.0 to other applications that might want to use it. In our case, we're going to go to the SimHub dash here. So our goal here is to go from Dirt Rally 2.0 to Sigma software and then forward over to the dash. So right now you can see the dash is not receiving any information, and neither is our software because we have not yet configured it. So there's certain games, if you go here to settings and game settings, there's certain games like the ones listed here that, or titles or that require additional modification that we can't automate, or it's harder to automate, or there's some caveats to it. But for Dirt Rally 2.0, you just want to click on Dirt Rally 2.0 here, and it'll give you instructions of what to do. It's pretty simple. You just want to open up My Documents folder, which I already have, and open up the My Games Dirt Rally 2.0 hardware settings folders, and in there you'll see a hardware settings config.xml, just like it's listed right here. Once you open that up, again, you just kind of follow along, and what we want to do is go to UDP enable true. So we're going to change this. Well, actually, first what we want to do is close Dirt Rally 2.0. So let's put in true, and you can see extra data is going to be 3. The IP address is 127.00.1, which is what we have here. This is just a hardware loopback address, which is just fancy way of saying it's a way that our program can communicate via the network locally on itself. There's the port right there, and it says we want to change the port to 10,001. For whatever reason, it's just an arbitrary number. You can change it to whatever you like. So we have 10,001, delay is 1, and we're just going to click on File and Save. Okay, and we can close that off. Another thing you can do here in our software is you can put in your own port, like I said. You can just use the default one. It doesn't really matter what number you use as long as it's properly forwarded. So let's start Dirt Rally again. Just going to open up Dirt Rally. Bring it here so you guys can see it. Okay. We'll basically know it's working because we'll see in our diagnostics data, we'll see something coming in here for the data. Let's try engine speed, pre-play. Of course, let's choose the Lancia Delta Integrale, obviously. Okay, so we're within the vehicle, and you can see that we're getting data already here on this window, this other window. So I can make it a little bit better here. So you can see we are indeed getting data, but then if we go to our gauges in SimHub, right here, you can see it says engine off. Let's just make sure we're in the game. And obviously the engine is on. So what we want to do now is we know that our motion system is getting the data, but our gauges are not. So within our Sigma software, you can go to settings, game settings, and we already have Dirt Rally 2.0 selected right here. and I'm going to enable port forwarding. And then I'm going to port forward to, again, the local IP address, which is this computer. But if you had another device on the network and it was open on the firewall, you can actually put in whatever IP address you want in there on your local area network. And we're not going to forward to port 10,000. We're going to go to SimHub, and we're going to see what SimHub is configured for. So if we go home, you can see that it's running. It's waiting for data because it's waiting for data to come on UDP port 2777, right? And if we actually click on that, we can change this to whatever we want. And we can forward UDP data from SimHub to other applications as well, which you might want to do if you have other devices that are outside of SimHub that are looking for the Dirt Rally telemetry data. So in this case, it's looking for 20778. So I can actually change this to the 10,000 port that we have here in our software, or I could put in I can put in 2777 in here, and you can see that the status is now saying sending. And so that should do it. If we click on OK here, and then we go back here, continue. Now we see it's running. And if we have our gauges in the background here, you'll see now we're getting both. Let's go back here to diagnostics, and let's do pitch. Let's try pitch. Okay, and the gears. So we should see if we can overlay everything properly. But you see now we're getting the motion data here coming through our motion system, and then we're also getting the gauges as well. So that's basically how you set up UDP port forwarding. Kind of simple once you get into it. It's not really too hard to understand. Just remember that you have to follow a path. So under settings, again, go to game settings, Dirt Rally 2.0. You want to make sure that this IP address matches, make sure port forwarding is enabled, and you're forwarding to the SimHub or other devices or softwares that may be looking for the telemetry coming from Dirt Rally. And Sigma software can be the last in the chain, in the middle of the chain, in the beginning of the chain, doesn't matter. I personally just like to prioritize Sigma getting the software and then it going to other devices. All right, thank you.